Welcome back to Engadget Expand Live here in the Jacob K. Javits Center in New York City. I'm Michael Artsis. This is BeTerrific, and we're presented by Adorama Pics. You have to Adorama Pics your photos. The best way to archive, the best way to show off your work, and the best way to show off your family. Have fun with it, AdoramaPics.com. There's a coupon code right up on the screen right now. Save 35%. You have a few days to do it. Do it now. I am so excited about our next guests. I mean, these guys are just unbelievable. We've got a U.S. Olympic gold medal hockey player. I mean, I'm in awe. I'm humbled. I'm honored. All I wanted to be when I was a little kid was a USA Olympic hockey player. All I wanted to be.
It's a good goal.
It's a good goal, right?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to see the miracle happen. I was born a month afterwards, but I saw the original movie with Karl Malden in 1985, and Steve Guttenberg played Jim Craig, and Mike Eruzione, and all this stuff, and then the goal, and then I saw the later movie, so I'm honored. Thank you, and congratulations
My
still
pleasure.
on the gold medal.
Psyched to be here.
University of Minnesota alum as well.
Yes.
And then Seattle Seahawks,
Yes.
NFL,
Yes.
that's crazy, and now you guys are both in the tech space.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, so it's, after I retired, by the way, I noticed that you didn't try to pronounce my name at all. It's Kacyvenski on the back end. Quick story, my first game I ever started, so I ended up playing 8 years. My first game I started, it was my third year. I'd won the job, won the linebacker. I was a linebacker. And they were announcing, we're in Oakland, coming out of the tunnel, and they're announcing us, they're introducing defense. I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome. We wait for a kid, like this is the time. Come out of the tunnel, and they pronounce it Isaiah Kacyvenski. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And that's not even like trying.
Now you were running out. You had all that adrenaline.
Yeah.
Did you stop and shake your head, or did you just keep go with it?
I shook my head. It literally got to me. And I had to shake it off before the game started.
You know, I have a very simple last name. It's Artsis.
Yeah.
It's never been pronounced right.
Right.
And so I feel your pain.
Yes, thank you.
All right. But I say this, Angela, I think the biggest rush in the entire world, I've driven cars too fast. I've done a lot of crazy things. I've been in race cars at high speeds. The biggest rush in my mind is scoring a hard-working goal in hockey. I've played football in high school, not at your level, didn't play hockey at your level, but the biggest rush to me, even in a men's league today, is scoring a hard-working goal in hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true?
Going end to end, like, Bobby Orris.
Yeah.
And going through everyone and faking the goalie out and having the crowd go crazy. Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing, right? Just taking the puck and being like, you get so in hockey, you get so frustrated. You just go, give me the puck. And you take the puck and you go end to end. And it's just this focus. It's like a 40-second window of focus. Maybe not even. In my mind, it's 40 seconds. It's probably 10 seconds end to end. And you just take that focus and you go. Or when you get, what about making a pass over two people's stick and you somehow squeeze this little puck into this little window and somebody can score off of that?
A nice saucer pass, right in the slot, yeah.
I can tell you're going to love what the technology that we're working on is really be able to dial in and look at performance over time.
Well, that's what I want to talk about. But before we get to that, so my question to you is, the linebacker to me is that kind of position in football, right? There are two positions in my mind that could have that kind of impact: the quarterback throwing a pass as he's getting hit, and the linebacker sacking a quarterback, forcing a fumble, or a defensive end. When you lay a quarterback out, or you rock a guy like Marion Barber, do you get that rush that we get from scoring that goal going end to end?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're a linebacker, especially at that level, it started when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I loved to hit people, and that was my touchdown was hitting people, and I was good at it.
Yeah.
And I essentially made my bones and continued to over my 8 years. I was a special teams guy, special teams demons. I would throw my body when wedges weren't banned. Those 3-man wedges, big guys. I was the guy, the wedge buster, which becomes a numbers game, right? One guy, me, taking up 3 guys, the wedge. You're like, all right, you just took out 3 guys. Someone's gonna be free to make the play, and that's what I essentially did. So yes, impact was the name of the game for a linebacker. That's what
People don't realize how hard splitting that wedge is, and
they're banned now.
Right,
But
I
yes,
know,
yeah.
but I'm saying people don't realize how hard it was.
Yes.
I know they're banned. I think it's mostly because of safety. Because the reality is, if you split that wedge, you're going to kill the guy getting the ball, and you're also trying to split that wedge, killing yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's what the feedback around that, and the reason they changed it was the rate of injury for that actual collision was massively high. Either the guys, obviously like myself, throwing themselves on it, or the guys taking it, splitting it, which was rare. You'll be able to get in between. It's still it's just highly, highly, highly dangerous. It's really one of the most dangerous things you could possibly do.
If you want to see a great demonstration of this, not you, but if people at home want to see a great demonstration of this, Google Darrell Reed. Hit. All right, and you will see him hit Chris Henry from the Titans. John Madden says in the clip it's the hardest hit he's ever seen in the NFL. He splits a double team, and for whatever reason they didn't do a wedge, they did a double team, and he gets a 30-yard clear shot at Chris Henry, and Chris, looking up, never sees him coming, and he just gets annihilated. And Darrell was on the Colts at the time, and I'm sure you've had some crazy hits like that.
Yeah, I mean, one comes to my mind. It was an illegal hit, but it was my rookie year. Delphi O'Neal, we were playing the Broncos. Delphi O'Neal catching the ball. It was a punt. I didn't see the fair catch at all.
Oops.
Yeah, because I looked up for the ball. He gave the fair catch signal as I looked up, and I'm like, oh man.
What did you do after you?
I'm like, yeah, I am free. I am gonna lay. I'm like, yes, I'm bearing down on him, and literally I'm about to hit him. I'm like, this feels a little weird. He looks a little too relaxed. And sure enough, boom, flags everywhere. I get jumped. The whole team jumped on me. Their team was pulling me off, and they were trying to beat the crap out of me. Ended up being offsetting penalties. They had personal foul. I got a personal foul on me, and then because of everything they did to me after, kicking me, everything, and we had to do the play over. Delphi O'Neal was terrified.
Did you do it again after that?
No. I would never do that on purpose. But
of course not. That's like blowing the stop sign from the third base coach and going by. I was going to say with hockey, I mean, that's right. When you get a penalty in hockey, all you do is chirp so that you can try and get somebody to come with you to the.
Yeah, you want matching penalty.
Right, you want matching penalty.
Keep it even strength.
All right, before we got to get to tech. We really do. I could talk to you guys all day, but before we do, one last question. Gold medal. I mean, winning the Super Bowl is ridiculous. Winning the Stanley Cup is ridiculous, but a gold medal. Just talk about what goes through your mind when the final second ticks off the clock.
It's the pinnacle of sport. You're seeing your flag being raised, and the whole world is watching, and people that you've never met back home are proud of you, and you're representing them, and to do it as a team. I love team sports, and you're able to know that you worked your butt off for years and years and years, and came together at the right moment. And you hear your national anthem. It's you want the moment to last forever, and unfortunately, it's over really fast. So you might watch it on TV later, but yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Awesome, unbelievable. All right, tell me about the tech you guys are working on. It's about performance. It's about charting performance and being able to really track and become a better athlete, right? And get healthier too, because a lot of athletics, most people don't reach the pinnacle of the sports that they play, but they still play and they love playing, and it's also about being healthy.
You're 100% right. And MC10, really, you could speak around wanting to capture data around the body, but the fact is you need the right tool to be able to capture that data. And MC10 is a pretty abstract idea. The company is based around thinning and embedding electronics in a polymer, essentially making electronics flexible and stretchable. Instead of a hard, rigid box, high-performance electronics, being able to take them out of plane and being able to do a bunch of various things with them to make them not clunky, right? It's lowering that barrier for wearability where you can take it away from the wrist or from a big clunky strap, move the electronics in the form of an electronic patch we term the biostamp, being able to move that around the body, be able to capture physiological data coming off your body to then give you insight on how you train, how you recover from the elite athlete, but literally that trickles down all the way down to
me,
the weekend warrior, to everybody, to someone, elderly woman in a home. We're all, the true vision that we talk about all the time is let the sensors tell the story in an accurate way. Let the sensors tell the story of your life. And whether you're an elite athlete or anybody else, if you let those sensors tell the story, it's going to tell that story is very unique to you and to me and to her.
Well, that's what I was going to say, is everybody recovers differently, right?
Yep.
And you heal differently, and I think being able to tell how fast you heal, and it really helps. But also, being able to put those sensors on, you can get, you're talking about in the future, you can also get breathing and heart rate and all this stuff. Like, I know one thing, I mean, this would be interesting. I would love to do this. If I wore some kind of thing that could tell how I was breathing, I bet you when I go end to end, I don't take one breath. And that's terrible. If I could train myself to take a breath, my body would recover better, and I would function better. In addition, especially not only in hockey, but especially in football, knowing the impact of the hit to the head especially is really important, and even to the body though. And so I think that this is great, especially when you make it so it's not clunky, it's not fixed, so that you can wear it on different parts of your body under your equipment, and it doesn't change the way you perform, right? It might help you tweak how you perform, but it's not giving you some kind of annoyance that's changing the way you perform. And I want these wearables so badly because I want to know how I'm functioning and how I'm doing. I haven't bought one yet because I haven't found one that I thought did the right things and was inconspicuous enough.
You're right. I mean, you speak to it. You actually speak in first-hand experience.
You guys are such smart people, by the way.
She's awesome. She's got like amazing stories about
like 18 masters and a doctorate she's working on here, and you're no slouch yourself.
I think you're right. I mean, I personally wore a clunky chest rate heart rate monitor in the last Olympics I competed in, and that's extra weight. That's lacking. You're affecting your mobility and. But the thing is, you want the data. Every athlete wants the data. You want to get better. You know that you're, like Isaiah said, you're emitting this data that can help you perform better. And whether it's knowing the effectiveness of your training program or getting an individualized training program based on your individual needs, your heart rate, etc. But doing it in a way that you're not thinking about it, you're not distracted by it, and so, yeah, I mean. My whole career, I was looking for those little inches. I was looking for the ways to get better. And objectively giving me that data so that I could weigh, hey, you didn't train hard enough this summer, or you know what you did was awesome, repeat that.
Or you overtrained, right?
Yeah, coach, hey, I did way too much this summer, and now don't put me, I need a day off versus putting me on the line to do an extra set of sprints.
Right.
So it's I think any athlete is increasingly wanting this stuff.
Right, or an extra set of Herbies.
Yeah, I hate those though.
I met Herb about a month, fortunately for me, unfortunately for him, but about a month before he passed away. I interviewed him. It was amazing, and it was an honor. So you don't know, but Herbies, or you may know, Herbies are basically like suicides. It's goal line, goal line, blue line, goal line, red line, goal line, blue line, goal line, goal line, and back.
So very painful.
But think about this: we all are different. We're in different bodies, different heart rate, different set of conditioning. And if we did one Herbie, ideally based on your heart rate, we should do the second Herbie at a different point in time, based on all those individual factors. But what Herbie did was say, get back on the line as a team, and you're going to do it again and again and again and again. And you know what? That could actually hurt some of those athletes, but it could help others. So he didn't know that. He didn't have the access to the technology that MC10 provided.
We all, from the time we grew up, we would all push ourselves. It's just now it's that we're starting to hear coaches say, like, realize maybe somebody needs to sit or take a break or something. But we would literally, even at a young age, and my wife talks about this all the time, she thinks it's crazy that at like 10 or 12 years old that you will literally play through injury that could be damaging long term, and you have no idea. You just want to be tough, and you just want to be out there, and you just want to play like the guys you look up to are playing pro. And I mean, I did stupid stuff like I cut out the padding in my hockey helmet because I wanted it to be lighter, because maybe Mess did that, or Esa Tikkanen did, or something like that. And I would wear just the shoulder caps, and I wore the Cooperall shorts and took out all the kidney pads.
Not good.
Right? I mean, but you shouldn't be doing that as a kid at 10 years old. But you also need to know how to heal and how to recover and stuff.
Take that guesswork out of it, right? I mean, that's what we were all talking about.
You guys are still working on this technology. It's not available yet, right?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's been from MC10 was founded in 2008 to where we're at now. It's the entire set of resources we had at our disposal. As we build up, we're a team of 65 now, mostly of engineers.
Wow.
And it's big and it's growing by the day. We benefit from having MIT in our backyard.
Yeah. Doesn't hurt.
It's this, but it's essentially we've had to rewrite the design rules for electronics, from conventional electronics to where they are now. We've got over 140 patents around the processes, around how we do that, and it's taken us to this point from taking it from like the lab to being able to really make this and develop the electronics durable. They are flexible and stretchable, right? They have to be durable and reliable over time as well. That has been the entire piece as we push the technology forward and mature it to where it's at today. As we push forward, that has been our goal.
Because basically playing in the NFL is a car collision, right?
Yeah.
You're playing probably 35 plays on defense in a game at minimum, and that's 35 car collisions you're going to have.
Yeah.
And so not only do you have to be able to withstand that, but obviously the tech has to be able to withstand that, and not just on Sunday, through practice, through the season and everything. And then when you trickle down to, you talk about guys like me, I can't be replacing this once a week like NFL might be able to. So I think that's good. I love that you haven't rushed the product to market because you're perfecting it. So many times today, companies come and they're like, oh, this is our product. But wait, the version 2 will be better, and version 3 will be even better. It's like, how about you get it right and then you can make real improvements, not we'll get it right and then in version 2, these features that we promised, like durability maybe, will actually be working in version 2. So I love that. I think it's awesome. We're going to have to come say hi when we do Northeast Comic-Con right outside Boston in December 6th and 7th, and we'd love for you guys to come out and hang out there too. That should be a lot of fun.
Just dial me up.
Absolutely.
I'll be there.
and when do you think we'll see some products come to market?
So we've actually launched a product already, Gen 1 of our technology for this true instantiation of the biostamp, this electronic patch that has taken a development over time.
I thought it was close. I didn't realize. That's awesome.
No, the spirit of our electronics is captured in our first product, which is we've taken our electronics and packaged them in a way, we've embedded them into a skull cap, measuring force of impact to the head. So whether you're a helmeted or unhelmeted athlete, it doesn't matter. We're actually tightly coupling the electronics to the head in a very, very innovative and unique way, using the spirit of our technology, the Gen 1, of our technology, where now it's it's been available for a year and a half. We launched it with Reebok. We teamed up with Reebok Checklight.
Awesome.
And it's now won 8 international innovation or product awards on how unique that has been and how unique that offering is, where you essentially say, hey, we're going to bin significant impact and we're going to start the conversation when there is a significant impact. So
that's really phenomenal. I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, impact to the head is probably the most serious, especially right now. I mean, impact anywhere can be bad, but I mean, it's just really important. We need to know, and we need the data. So that's really awesome. And can people get that? Where can they get it? Yeah, they can get it on Reebok.com/checklight. Okay. It's commercially available. That's probably the easiest way, and then it's available in some big box retailers, etc. I want to do a tech review on it. We got to set that up. That would be awesome. You're gonna get out on the ice, and we could check each other. If that's an offer, I'm taking you up on it. I haven't played in a while. Let's do that. What'd you say? You haven't played in a while? I'll referee. Is that what you said? Yeah. It's like a bike. You don't forget. I know. You get right up on those skates. Come on. No, but this is such a big. I mean, I have teammates that miss seasons. You're not making Olympic teams. You're getting left off rosters. And if you want to protect yourself, parents want to protect their kids. So being able to actually objectively see really what happens out there on the field or on the ice to your head, the most important part of your body, is. I think it's a phenomenal technology. I had an awful concussion playing hockey, a subdural hematoma. So I told you what I did with my helmet. I was tournament right before the state championships, junior year in high school, sophomore year. I don't even remember. Anyway, I shaved my padding down, all this, didn't wear a chin strap.
Oh, wow.
I took the neck guard. They started making us wear neck guards. You remember those?
I hated those.
I took the thing, I took it to the dry cleaners. I had them rip out the plastic. They used to put plastic in it and just sew around the word iTech. And so I'd wear a turtleneck under the turtleneck. I'd put it, and then the ref would say, oh, you don't have a neck guard on. That's a penalty. And I'd be like, look, it's right here. But it was black on black, and he'd see the iTech and go, oh, okay. My mouthpiece, which they started making us wear, I cut the mouthpiece off and just put the
Your equipment manufacturer's like worst nightmare.
but
by the
wait,
way.
it was terrible. So this is what happens.
Parents'
so
worst nightmare.
I go end
Yes, exactly.
I go end to end to beat an icing call. Loose puck, right? Guy hits me, helmet pops off, head hits the crossbar, then the ice.
Ooh.
Subdural hematoma. Undiagnosed correctly at the hospital. I was just very lucky. But to have this kind of tech is phenomenal. It's so important. And yes, the kids need to not take the padding out of their equipment. They need to, but nobody said anything back then.
Yep.
So now we know what you guys are doing is phenomenal. I commend you. Real quick, we got to run, but before I let you go, I just want to know one thing real quick. How'd you guys get involved in this? How'd you start it up?
So I went after I retired.
Yeah.
Like I said, played 8 years, retired, went to Harvard Business School, and got my MBA. And I found MC10 was very much still an idea, it's a pretty abstract idea. Joined the team, led the development of the check light, and as we push forward with our technology, I like to call MC10 like an innovation factory, right? There's a lot of different use cases. If you can make electronic stretch and bend, and you can gather data from anywhere, either on the body or anywhere else, what would you do with that? And that's what we're tasked with, putting bumpers around that. Idea of putting together a sports advisory board, which Angela is a part of. We've got 9 members: Andrew Lux, Grant Hill, Taylor Twellman,
Awesome.
and there's several others with Angela, Christine Lilly, luminaries in the space that are very thoughtful and eloquent in how they trained and how they just thought about their body as a business, is probably the best way. And that's how we think of what are these pain points that you always talk about?
Yep.
What are these pain points, and how can we use technology to put some bumpers or parameters around them?
Yeah, I was an athlete. I love data. I love the way that you can use it to make yourself a better athlete. So Isaiah told me about MC10. If I can offer, my insights when I was training, and that's what all these other elite athletes are doing on the sports advisory board. How can we make this product the best for all athletes and all people? Because I think eventually that's where it's going to go.
Yep.
Awesome. You guys are awesome. It's MC10. That's Isaiah and Angela, U.S. Olympic gold medalist in hockey, my favorite sport, my second favorite sport, certainly probably my favorite to watch, the NFL. Former NFLer. We've got one of these for each of you. Those are the Wowie Electro Kids.
Ooh.
They're
My kids are going to love this.
Your kids are.
moving?
And watch this. If you hit the belly and you talk
Hello?
or you play music,
Hello?
the hair moves. They're
Hello?
unbelievable. Hot for the holidays. They're at Toys R Us at an exclusive price, so everybody's got to check them out, but they're amazing.
I love
They're the
it.
Electro Kids. Wowie's got a lot of cool tech toys. Wowie.com. They're awesome.
Amazing.
And
love it.
that's the thing. You will never stop smiling. They never get old.
go on my
Every
desk.
time you look at it. It should go on your desk.
This is very
Cool.
cool.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for having us
much.
on, Michael.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. I could talk
Thanks
to you
for
guys all
having
day.
me.
You guys are awesome. Thanks
Yeah.
for your time. I'm Michael Artsis. We'll be back with a whole lot more from Engadget Expand live here at the Jacob K. Javits Center in New York City. This is BeTerrific.
Hello?
We're also syndicating to GeekBeat.tv and Planet 5D, and we're brought to you by Adorama Picks. Adorama Picks your photos today, right now, AdoramaPicks.com. We'll be back right after this with a whole lot more.